Back to life, back to reality. Finally back on stream. Going to be talking about the topic of alien abduction, government disinfo. We're going to talk a little alien talk. You know, it's not everyone's favorite topic, but it's something I feel like everyone should discuss. Okay. Are there little gray men on spaceships abducting people with missing time and sending them back? Now, I've been doing some research on this as of late, due to of the content lockout. This is what I call a content lockout that's happening on YouTube, where the whole world is revolved around me, this reality, this parallel universe that we live in, or at least it used to be revolved around me more, right? Kind of like your Truman Show type of deal, where there is a real world, there's real stuff going on, but it's based on my consciousness. You can kind of tell there's little Easter eggs and things like that. And maybe there's other people like this too, non-NPCs. But when I stopped making content, everyone stopped making content. Now I'm subscribed to some big YouTubers that are, they're good YouTubers. They consistently post. They're even better than me in most cases. And I just want to listen to something. And then I hate when you're like scrolling on YouTube and then you can't find anything to fucking watch. None of the subscriptions you have are making content. So, I'm just getting tired of YouTube. I'm getting tired of it. I was always going to say, I've always said that this might be my last summer on here. I mean, I'm reaching a certain age where it's just like, I'd rather have better things to do with my time, but YouTube is dead. There's no one making content. But this is what I've been looking up, is alien abduction, researching and shit like that. Okay. Because let's talk about this real quick. I mean, gray men, they show up in your room. There's a flash of light. You get taken to a UFO. They put you on a medical lab table, a metallic table. They do surgeries on you. Okay. There's sexual stuff involved in some of these alien abduction stories. And then you have missing time and you wake up, whatever, hours later with missing time, and sometimes you're in a different spot. So let's talk about that. That's what people are claiming alien abduction is. Now, we have a bunch of people talking about the topic of gang stalking, okay? Which could be mental illness. It could drive you to mental illness. It could make you look mentally ill, or it could be organically real. It's more rare that it's real nowadays. Like if you're coming on here and you're experiencing gang stalking, you think everyone's following you and all your neighbors are in on it, you might be going through some type of episode, a mental illness episode, okay? I mean, it happened to me too, because you hear disinformation online. So I might be a little bit better than other people, but the reason why I would do that, because I heard disinformation online of people that I gave my trust to, and I started believing what they were saying, and then I apply that to my real life. But outside of that, gang stalking, targeting, it is happening, okay? But it's not as common as people say it is online. I mean, there's a lot of people fake and a lot of people confused about it, and a lot of people that can't prove it, even circumstantially. Like, you just got to face the facts. Like, a huge percentage of the people talking about this topic can't show you anything, even as a TI, where you're like, wow, that's gang stalking. Okay? It's a small filtered group on YouTube, okay? So we have a lot of people talking about gang stalking, though. Okay, they come on, they share their experiences. It's more than enough to be like, all right, there's a large group of people on the internet saying they're being gang stalked, and they can go into detail about, hey, whether they're right or wrong, who knows? So we're correlating this to alien abduction. This has been going on since like the 50s, 60s, 70s, people talking about this stuff. Now, when you look up alien abduction, there's no community for it. There's no gang stalking community for alien abduction. Okay, it's been happening longer than gang stalking. So that shows you that not a lot of people either talk about it or go through this experience. But this is what I noticed from researching alien abduction. like how I'm talking about gang stalking, how I showed you the evidence, how I have a testimony. You can't find that on YouTube. You can't find that on TikTok. You can't find it, you know, outside of some fucking whispers on a Reddit post or some type of shady posting, anonymous posting on some message board. So I'm gonna go into what I think about alien abductions, okay, and what I think about aliens. Now, this is what we will say about the alien thing. For sure, we know this. We know two things, okay? And I'm going to go into opinion right now. People that see UFOs, that's a real thing. People that see alien motherships in the sky and giant ships and unidentified flying objects, unidentified aerial phenomena, big, huge ships, weird stuff that fucking doesn't look man-made or really advanced stuff. That's real, okay? That's happening. There's people in the military who can attest to that. So we know that's happening, okay? Now, there was one story in Zimbabwe where it was a school full of, like, in Zimbabwe, there's, like, white people and there's Africans. So it was a school full of, like, whites, mixed race, ethnicity, not that that matters, teachers and students. And they said a fucking spaceship landed, like a UFO spaceship, in their schoolyard in Zimbabwe, and the aliens came out of the spaceship and like they were standing several feet away from the aliens, and the aliens were telepathically speaking to them, and it was a whole school. So we're talking about little kids. To this day, I just seen this on World Star Hip Hop. They still say that happened. Okay, so then, in my opinion, they're not lying. That's opinion. Like, they're not lying about that. So, are there little gray men? Are there spaceships? Sure. Okay. You know, are there flying ships, should we say? Has there been UFOs depicted in ancient art and things like that? Yes. Okay. So we know that for sure. We know for sure there's some weird flying shit that's been going on that we can't identify as the most advanced species on this planet. So, like humans, like we should know about it, apparently, supposedly. Okay. So here's the deal, man. Just going into opinion, I do believe that UFOs are real. I do believe there's little gray men, okay, humanoid men. But do I believe they're from outer space, and do I believe they're abducting humans? Okay. I don't believe that, and I'm gonna go into that. I think that's government disinformation, because it's just like gang stalking. Gang stalking, if it's really happening to you, it's a real thing. Like, people are targeting. Like, fucking people are getting hired to fucking turn on you and harass you, vandalize your property, break into your house, vandalize your clothing items, vandalize your sneaker items, fuck with your food, do disgusting shit to your stuff. And depending on how hard your targeting is, fucking hit you with directed energy weapons. So, like, when you're going through that experience, that's a real experience if it's really happening, right? Like, you're not making that up. So what the government's trying to do is basically like, they go see, like, gang stalking's real, but you have all these psychics and these fakes come on and they muddy the waters with fucking disinformation. So what would be the disinformation in the alien thing? And I'll go into my theories, but let's go into what the government disinformation is. I think it's the whole abduction experience and is disinformation, okay? And then that the aliens are from outer space is disinformation, okay? So again, with the and the reason why I say that is because you don't, even if it was like gang stalking, you go look up alien abduction. You can't find really a fucking candid video of a guy in his house like, yo, I was abducted by aliens. And if you do find it, it's on some fucking television platform or some podcasting platform, and it's completely fake. Or they're reading a story about it, some fabricated story that's like some well-written story about someone who saw an alien or some shit, like some fiction shit. You'll never see someone come on like, hey, I'm John, or I'm even anonymous, but I'll come on here like Conspiracy Underground, and I'll come on here and I'll just make a channel based on my alien abduction experiences over the years. Why doesn't that channel exist? And I want to just be like, I'm gonna be honest, through my research, through internet. And I don't believe everything on the internet, but if no one's talking about something on this giant quote unquote internet, Ron, it's not fucking happening. Okay, like if gang stalking was only talked about like by two people in its history, like I wouldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like within the whole history of like life, like only like three people came on and talked about gang stalking. I'm like, that's interesting, but like, yeah, I don't believe it, dude. Like you can't find one person that's candidly talking about the alien abduction experience, like how I talked about gang stalking, how other people talked about it for years. If you're being abducted by aliens, wouldn't you like make a YouTube channel, talk about it, have a fucking community? You know what I'm saying? There's no community. I looked on Reddit. The only thing I can find, and again, it's to the first point I made, is that there's people that see UFOs. Okay, that's what you find on the Reddit discussion boards, and this is to weed out fake stories because we don't believe everything on Reddit, but it's a big pool of people that are like candidly talking about shit. So it doesn't mean it's true, but you get an idea of what's going on in the world a little bit better by looking at shit like that on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just go door to door and ask people. You know what I'm saying? So let's go over the disinformation, okay? Because I don't have the answers, but I think this is what's going on. So there are little gray men. They do have advanced technology, okay? They're way more advanced than humans. So we'll start there. And there's flying fucking objects in the sky. And I'll go over stuff that I've seen in real life, okay? That I can't validate and I don't talk about because you sound crazy and it's just stupid sounding, like nothing much to talk about it. Okay? So the disinformation is aliens can come into your house and they're going to abduct you. Okay. Now, why would they do that? They would do that so they have a cover to abduct regular humans and experiment on them. Because think about this. If you're from outer space, you're an alien, you would abduct one human, you would lay him on the table, you would fucking do like some type of metric computer scan on it, and you will learn everything about that human anatomy through one male and one female, maybe a couple in the beginning. And if they've been here for a long time, they could have done that thousands of years ago. So why would they continuously need to abduct humans? Okay. This is a cover. So the military is doing this. This is what the military is doing. Okay. Like we have the gray men existing, we have human life, and we have the spaceships, and we have airplanes and shit, the unidentified flying shit. So they're dressing up midgets, the military is, and they're putting costumes on. Because one thing that these alien abduction people say, if they're speaking the truth, is these gray aliens, they always wear fucking pilot jumpsuits and their eyes look fake. Like they have like fake eyes. Okay. Like how hard is it to get a midget, you put on a pilot suit, you put on gloves that look like fucking alien gloves, and you fucking knock someone out with a gas, you abduct them out their house. Okay, you put them in a van, then you take them to a room that looks like a fucking spaceship, and you experiment on them. Like you take them to a room that's built like the inside of a UFO, that's a regular building warehouse room, and you experiment them on. And if they wake up during the gassing, they see some midgets dressed up as gray aliens. Okay, so I'm gonna go into my fucking kind of alien and UFO kind of stories, and again, these could be hallucinations. I don't believe like these are fucking actual things that happen, except for one of these things. Okay. The first thing, and again, I think a lot of these UFOs, I mean, from what I've been researching through whistleblowers, is like Lockheed Martin. These are advanced spacecraft. They have a Tic Tac. Lockheed Martin has a fucking Tic Tac that floats in the air. It's a white fucking spheroid that can fly around. It's like anti-gravity or whatever fucking propulsion system they're using, magnetic or whatever. So the first thing I saw, this was real, okay? And I know there's human involvement in this. The first thing I saw was a black triangle, quote unquote, UFO. So it's a black triangle. It has three lights at each corner that are red. And I was driving in the woods in Pennsylvania delivering a pizza, and that thing was just hovering above me. Now, the lights would pulsate slowly, and you could tell that the lights were propulsing the aircraft. So like the lights would pulsate, and then that's how it was like gaining energy to move. Now, another thing that I noticed was weird is like there was some type of download into my brain. Like I heard this like computer noises, like really low humming computer noises, and there was like a download into my brain. So my instinct when I saw that was it was a supercomputer. It was some type of like AI doing some shit. It wasn't like, oh, there's an alien driving this ship. It was like fucking AI. Now, we already know how advanced technology can get without us knowing as like general public people. But also before I saw that fucking black triangle, I saw black helicopters like fucking searching around and shit like 5 minutes before. Saw fucking black helicopters. So it looked like to me some type of controlled military flight. Like there is an Air Force base around here. And I want to get into another thing with that the military does that I'm exposed. The men in black, everyone knows the men in black. When you see a UFO, some creepy guy in a black suit shows up, tells you to shut up. They try to insinuate they work for the government. Like it's like, oh, it's the FBI. But it's the military. Because if the military, every time there's a UFO crash, the military comes and cleans up and they like ask witnesses questions, and then they like, oh, that was an air balloon. That was gas swamp with an air balloon. That wasn't a UFO. You don't know what you saw. So they were always, even in the 50s in Roswell, were the first people to show up. But if an army guy shows up and starts asking you questions, you'd be like, oh, well, the army's behind the UFOs. Ooh. So what they do is they send men in black. Okay. Men in black makes it seem like they work for the government, like they're official government workers, like detectives. Okay. You know, they wear black trench coats, fucking black hats, they drive a black car. Because it's the opposite of fucking camo green. When you see men in black, you're not thinking of an army dude in camo. You would never think of that. You think of a fucking FBI person or a government inspector or something. So that's what the men in black is. That's a big secret. The men in black are army dudes that put on fucking just a black fucking tuxedo and wardrobe and fucking ask you questions. I heard this from like the Sean Ryan show. He's like an ex-Navy SEAL, where this one military dude was like doing a tour and he saw some like UFO, Lockheed Martin type stuff, like a military base that had whatever. And a guy came and visited him and he said he was from the Air Force. And then like he was saying like the guy, like these people that work for the government, they'll show up, they'll pretend to be an Air Force guy, they'll pretend to be whatever. And they basically try to silence you if you see something. So am I targeted because I saw that black triangle UFO? I did tell people about it. So maybe that's why I was being gang stalked, or I am being gang stalked. Okay. I mean, if you look at the witness accounts, like the most credible stuff is UFO witness accounts, because there'll be a whole town of people that see it. You know, one dude saw a UFO and was like writing books about it. He was part of one of these big town events. And then like a Men in Black guy came and was like, hey, something bad's going to happen to your family. Stop talking about this. And then like a few years later, his son was shot at a party by dudes wearing like black ski masks. Like he's a white dude at a white party fucking in the suburbs, and people with ski masks run into a fucking house party and shoot it up and just kill him and run. They don't kill anyone else, just him, his son, the guy that saw the UFO. So yeah, there is a human element. Like, think about it. If you saw an alien spacecraft, why would people in the military be so pissed, or people try to fuck with you so hard, right? It's because the humans are involved in it. The humans are the people that are doing this, okay? Now, I also saw, and I put this on YouTube, and Targeted Journey saw this shit and left a comment. So I was in my apartment. I had these, remember the Heat poster I always talk about? It's in this plastic picture frame cover. Okay, so it's the middle of the night. I have my humidifier in the corner of the room. It's putting up vapor smoke, right, from the water. It's a humidifier. I have my heat poster, and I flash my fucking camera light, right? I flash the light at the light switch for some reason. Now, the light from the light switch bounces. I know this sounds dumb, but just listen. This really happened, and I uploaded the video, and I'll tell you why I deleted the video after. So I'm just looking in my room at night, and I fucking put my phone camera phone flashlight on, and I flash it at the light switch. That bounces off the light switch, and it hits the plastic poster, and it creates like a holographic light show in my room. So I'm like fucking fiddling around with that, right? Like in the middle of the air, you'll see like holographic lights from all the light refracting off of the stuff, like two plastic things. So I look at my humidifier and I see like a outline of a gray head, right? Like this is about 2.5 feet off the ground. Okay. I see the outline of a gray head, and I'm it's refracting off the light. And then I'm like, all right, that's just from the light. Like that's cool. Like I'm seeing like things from light refracting. So like I'm just looking at it. Dude, it was a fucking gray alien head. Not like a materialized one, but only through the vapor you could see it with the fucking flashlight. Okay, only through the water vapor. Okay. And the head was moving and bobbing left and right. Okay. Now, how I would describe it was like, I would describe it as like a gray alien from a different dimension peering and watching you. Like if you ever read the Bible, there's a group called the Watchers. Like it's like demons that watch everything. They don't like do anything good or bad. And that's who these people kind of remind me of. So in that water vapor, and this lasted for 5 minutes, and I uploaded it to YouTube. Now I'm talking about you can see the outline of a gray alien head and the two eyeballs, and you can see it kind of looking at you. And it stayed there as long as I kept that flashlight in that room, and all that light was refracting in the water vapor. Now, let's say there was hypothetically, and again, I uploaded this, and my cat's looking at it. The reason why I deleted it, because I didn't want people to know I had a cat, because people kept saying that the gang stalkers are going to kill your fucking pets. So, like, yeah, the cat's looking at this shit, like staring at it. Okay. Now, this goes on for like 5 minutes. I started even recording it. And the cat's staring at it. I'm looking at it. And now, again, this isn't a fully materialized fucking gray alien. Like, I'm not making something up here. This really happened in real life, whether it was light refracting and it was a coincidence, but I uploaded it, and fucking Targeted Journey said, oh shit, that's an alien, blah, blah, blah. And the reason why I deleted it because my cat was in the fucking video, and I didn't want people to know I had a cat, because Dr. De Facto said that the gang stalkers kill your fucking pets. Like more fucking fear porn bullshit, you know? Like these people are crisis actors on here, man. But that's just this. And then the third example, see these last two, this example and the one I'm coming up with now, I'm not saying this stuff happened in real life. Maybe it was some type of optical illusion crap, right? So I'm driving in North Carolina, and I'm on this big, like, you know, North Carolina is built different than probably where you live. You know, I don't know if you've been down south, like they have big giant roads with nice scenery where you see like a whole bunch of sky and trees and shit. You can really see the sky more than certain other places like New York or Pennsylvania. It's like open skies and trees and shit. So I'm driving down this fucking giant like highway road. It's pretty empty. It's a Sunday morning, about 9-10 o'clock. I'm doing DoorDash, and I'm looking at the tree line to my left, and I don't know what I saw. Okay. I saw a big black blurry thing. And I'm not going to say I saw this clearly because it was over the tree line. And I tried to drive up and stop my car and look. And this is the middle of the day. But I would describe it as a fucking giant iron galvanized ship. Okay. I only saw the corner of my eye, the tree line for a split second, maybe 5-10 seconds, 5 seconds tops. And it could have been, and again, it's a clear blue sky. All right. Clear blue, not one cloud in the fucking sky. Clear sky blue Sunday morning down south. Clear roadway, nothing to distract you. Like nothing, like you're just on a nice paved fucking road highway. You're looking to the left. And I would describe it was like had a foggy like effect to it. But if I was seeing things correctly and I wasn't messing up, you know, if it wasn't a hallucination or something like that, which it probably was, I would say it was a giant galvanized cast iron black fucking ship in the sky, like shaped like a fucking submarine. Not a UFO, like not a saucer, like a submarine. And I would say it was about shit, it was huge. I would say it was about bigger than a plane, you know, a lot bigger than a plane, but not, I don't know. It was pretty fucking big. I'll just say like describe as a giant floating cast iron submarine in the fucking sky. And then I never even heard of cast iron UFOs or whatever. Then I look into it. Some people say, "Oh yeah, I saw this," and it was. I've never even heard because I've been researching it for a little bit, and I saw that it was a cast iron. Other people have witnessed like little black, foggy, like cast iron, weird, cylindrical shape UFOs and stuff. So what I'm trying to get at is the alien abductions. They're fucking fake. Okay. Everything else seems to be pretty legit, like people seeing UFOs, maybe people seeing gray men. But again, if it's the 1960s and the military developed, because people have actually fucking said as well that it's midgets wearing fucking costumes. Like, oh, well, how would they get, why are all the gray aliens short? You know what I'm saying? They could, the people that run the world, the elites or whatever, like the people like the Rothschilds, they can easily develop UFOs. Like if you're that rich, like you can easily develop UFOs. And it could be just humans doing a lot of this shit and then trying to make it seem like there's aliens, but aliens are actually like interdimensional. Like there is such thing as aliens. I feel like they wouldn't need lights. You wouldn't need fucking lights if you were an alien. Like you wouldn't need lights on your spacecraft. You know what I'm saying? Like you should be able to, like we have spacecraft, we have aircraft that operates in stealth now as humans, these fucking stealth jets and shit. Like why does an alien need lights? Why can't it just avoid planes and fucking, you know, it's not that fucking difficult. You would think they would have the technology. Now, who are these gray aliens? Like, I think the gray aliens are fucking a species that's been on Earth this whole entire time that's just more advanced and just hides from us. Okay. Like, I think if there are aliens, they're from Earth. Like, they just hide from humans because we would just kill them. Like, we kill people because their skin is black or white. Like, of course, we're going to kill some fucking other alien. So they could operate under the sea. They could operate subterranean, underground. I think if something came from another galaxy or another universe, I mean, they wouldn't need to abduct humans after. They would abduct them because they'll be so advanced. They would need to abduct a couple. Now, people are saying the abductions are for a hybrid program, which is like, I don't believe it. Like, let's say there are aliens and they had hybrids. Their hybrids would be humans that are full human, that their eyes are like fucking video cameras and like they can control them. Like they wouldn't be like half alien, half human. They would be human, but like their eyes would have video cameras in it. They could control their minds and they fucking would utilize them for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like to change things. So I don't know. I'm just want to go on this little rant. I'm gonna spend the next couple minutes talking about other shit. I mean, as far as YouTube goes, like I noticed with gang stalking, when you talk about it less, it happens less. So the punishment for gang stalking, for talking about gang stalking, is gang stalking. As soon as I started talking, my counter went from 0 people to 1 person. So when you talk about it, I don't think it's just manifestation. I think it's like a fucking Matrix AI defense thing. Like if you talk about directed energy, I feel like it's going to happen to you more. Like they punish you more to make you talk about it more. I think it's like we live in a fucking parallel universe, fake reality, and it's like a security system. Okay? It's like a security system to keep you locked into the fake, false reality so they can control you better, basically, whoever is doing it. But Yeah, I'm wrapping this shit up. I mean, YouTube's getting fucking old. The ends just don't fucking justify the means anymore. You know, what's up, escapee? You're probably a perp. You're probably a person using a fucking handle, trying to gain my trust. I mean, this shit just gets fucking old, man. As far as like the trolling, this is the thing about the trolling of my channel, and I'm gonna wrap this shit up soon. The trolling of my channel, if I'm this fucking lolcow, right? Which I don't think anyone's a lolcow. But the trolling of this channel that's happening right now by this small, it's basically one person pretending to be a whole bunch of people. Like, to the trolling community is just pathetic. Like, it's just not a good trolling attempt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, trolling is an organic kind of thing. Yeah, man, if that's a real... Hold on a second. This guy says he's been known of getting stalked for 2 years. If that's real, be careful of the information you hear online. A lot of it's fake. Okay? It's meant to confuse you and to make you look crazy. I want to just warn you. Like, yeah, you may be getting gang stalked, but it's not everyone's in on it. And a lot of gang stalking is for you to falsely accuse people and to set traps for yourself. So be careful of who you're listening to. It's okay to recognize some patterns, to see if it's happening, to gauge it. But ultimately, you're dealing with like an AI system that's going to make you self-destruct. So that's my warning to you as a new TI. Be careful to who you listen to, even myself. Keep doing the right thing and, you know, keep working hard. Don't give up. It's not anybody that's telling you to give up, that they're going to come kill you, that they're going to drive you homeless, that everyone's in on it. These people are perps. That is what perping is. Okay. Perping isn't just when someone gains your trust and trolls you and tries to get your contact info. It's when someone fucking knows that you're TI and they're trying to mold you into a fear state so you can self-destruct because they're perps. They know that they feed off of the looshing off of you in agony. They're looshing off you. People like De Facto. Like, he has a good channel. He has some good information, but they slip in this stuff where it's like stuff that just tries to fucking make you spiral out of control because they know people are like, the most dangerous thing about aforementioned TI channel is that he knows the psychological agony, and he knows people that are mentally ill. And when your head is spinning from mental illness, okay, due to the program or due to life stress, they know that you're a normal person. Then when you get through those life stresses of real gang stalking and whatever, your head starts spinning. Okay, that's what I describe it as. Your brain starts spinning. Doesn't mean everything you think is crazy, but I'm just saying you're in a state where you're paranoid and your head is spinning and you're on high alert. And he feeds off that. He capitalizes off that. He knows what that feeling is without really going through it. That's a perp. Okay, that's someone that's trying to hurt you. Okay, anyone trying to put fear in your head as a TI is trying to fucking hurt you because they know, even if they've been through it, it's even worse. But they know that fucking state, that weak psychological state where you're so drained from fighting the tyranny of the real targeting that's happening in your life, the invasion of your privacy. Okay, the synchronizations that are fucking superhumanly unnatural that consistently happen, the break-ins, the vandalisms. These people know, outside of you being targeted, how you feel on the inside. They know that feeling of defeat. You know, you put up a fight, you put up a wall for a long time, and then there's certain days you're gonna fucking feel defeated. It's where they capitalize. They try to, in that state, they're gonna try to instill as much fear as they can. They're coming at your whole family's after you, dude. They're coming to kill you, bro. Your job, everyone at your job's in on it. You're a target. You're a target. You're the centerpiece of the whole world. They're coming after you. That's fake, man. That's all to scare you, and that's all to manipulate your timeline because you're on a path. Okay, you're on a path to do something. And there's perps, there's gang stalkers, there's haters, there's trolls. And then there's people that claiming to be TIs that know you're on a path that fucking put out disinformation, not because they're going, they want to see you go through it too. They feed off of it. You know, I don't make, all my content isn't about gang stalking. I purposely talk about other topics and do other shit on my channel. Like I'll run and I'll show my weak ass running times, my fucking horrible running times and shit, to show that like I do other shit, bro. Like I don't think about this shit. I'll be honest. Even if it's, I don't even sit around just thinking about it. It's been years. So you need to just fucking, this is what you need to do. I'm gonna be real honest and blunt, man. I don't mean to tell you what to do, but if you're a new target and you're listening to this, you need to get as many credit cards you can, increase your credit card limit. That doesn't mean spend it. I mean, whatever, save money, pay your bills, get as much, go out and practice, you know, figure out your credit score, figure out what type of loans you can get. Don't get out loans. I'm just saying, know where you are financially. The best place you can be as a TI, and I'm speaking from experience, is with a 700 credit score with thousands of dollars, because these people are going to fucking sabotage you and try to drive you homeless. The second thing is make sure you're always working. Try to get the best job you can. Don't let this job, it's not that serious, okay? But yeah, man, good luck to you. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fucking fine, man. The most hardest part is the break-in stage, in my opinion. The vandalism and break-in is probably the hardest part. And if you're getting hit with directed energy, that's probably harder than anything. I don't really know about that, but it's happened to me a couple times. I'm not someone that has heavily experienced that, especially when I moved. Okay. When I moved to North Carolina, like that shit was hot and heavy. And my targeting was set up, and like you can just tell when you live somewhere and you move and you live somewhere, you see the targeting get set up and how the city is like being set up for your gang stalking. Now it's not everyone's in on it, but you see the changes. Another thing, dude, when you live alone, they're gonna attack you harder than ever because they're trying to discredit you. So I recommend living alone. That's me. It's gonna be really fucking tough. But if you can live with someone that you trust and it's a way to save money and you really trust that person, first of all, don't accuse them of gang stalking. There's a thing where they will get taken over. Okay. So don't, you know, it's some type of mental takeover thing, demonic thing. But if you can live with somebody and save money, basically save money, get your credit up, they're going to come fuck you. Like, it's pretty simple. They have a playbook, they have a protocol. They're going to try to fucking just stay level-headed, work hard, and it does back off. That's what I will say. But thank you for being, if you are an authentic person, you're not some guy pretending to gain my trust. Because I'm getting a lot of that lately, which is a clear sign of trolling, gang stalking. But I never communicate with anybody, so it doesn't really fucking matter. You can sit here, you'll waste months of your time trying to crack an egg that's fucking a cement fucking Easter egg. But, you know, you're trying to crack an egg, but it's an Easter egg jawbreaker. Okay, so good luck to you. Good luck to any TIs that listen to this. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to come on here. I'll try to come on here more consistently. Kind of therapeutic once in a while. Get your thoughts out. But I just don't want to talk about gang stalking all the time. But I'm out of here. Good luck to you. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good one.